All right, everybody. Very good evening. It's 6 p.m. now. I am 1 minute late. I'm so sorry, guys. Sorry to keep you waiting, but I'm super excited for today's session. So, hi, everybody. I can see everybody's live right now. Hello. Hello, Taha Shoaib. Hello, Sangeet. Hello, Marjana. Hello, Muhammad. Hello, Koduru Baka Sharat Kumar. Hello, everybody. This is Amir Akhtar. I'm from Coding Invaders. I will be your host today in this particular webinar or a masterclass, you can say. And we will be discussing today in this particular webinar that how you can get into a high-paying data analyst career, even if you don't know the C of the coding or if you don't have any technical skills. All right. So we're going to discuss these things in much detail, but I just want to tell you, it's not only me who will be talking. I have an amazing guest as well, which I will disclose later on. Okay, and trust me, you can see the picture by the way on the screen. He is a 12 years, 12 years experienced guy, and for sure we're gonna have a lot more questions with him. Okay, so I'm very much excited today because my intention in this particular masterclass is to clear a lot of myths, lots of pre-assumptions that everybody has in their mind. That I don't know the C of the coding. I don't have any technical background. I don't have any engineering background. How can I become a data analyst or a data scientist or whatever? So I'm going to clear all the myths in this particular masterclass, and I'm going to make this session one of the most valuable session for you all. So stay tuned till then. I have some surprises for you as well. So keep listening to me. But before I start, guys, I said a lot of things right before testing that my mic is working or not. Okay, sorry. So guys, if you can see me or hear me well, you can just say thumbs up. Okay, because I was just lost looking at the numbers of attendees who was joining me and saying hi to me. So, guys, just give me a gesture that yes, if you can see me and hear me well, and I'll just start this particular webinar. So, Mumin Noman is saying that how long will be this webinar? 30 to 45 minutes. That's it. Why? I can stretch up to the 2 hours as well if you have that patience. Not a problem. All right. So, yes, I can see from Akash, from Kishore, from Anmol, from like Ahmad, everybody's saying that yes, they can see me and hear me well. So thank you so much, guys, for cooperating with me. So let's start this particular webinar without wasting any much time. All right, perfect. So, guys, this is me, Amir Akhtar. I'm a career consultant. I have helped more than 200 plus people. You will find my Instagram link in the chat section. If you want to connect with me, you can connect with me. I have total 5 years of experience in edtech industry and have helped more than 200 plus people to get a job in IT industry, and all those 200 plus people were not having IT background. Yeah, that's interesting part. So why I am telling about myself is just because I can able to relate about your issues, your challenges, your problem, because I have already gone through 200 plus candidates. They were having their work life balance issues. Some of them were from 30 plus. They are having their commitments. Some of them are young, they are hesitating. Some of them are like no clues how still they can switch career and get hyping. Some of them are mechanical engineering. Some of them are from BPO background. Some of them are field sales people. Some of them are in the bank sector. Some of them are like project manager. Some of them are different sector, guys, different sectors, but still they are able to make it. So I think that somehow or the other way you guys must be having the same background as well. So we will be discussing this thing at the end of this particular webinar for sure. But yes, in this particular webinar I'll be your host, and here my Instagram link. If you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me. We can talk a lot about this particular thing and get this career sorted for sure. All right, moving ahead. So why we are doing this particular masterclass? So we are doing this masterclass to support our data analyst course of Coding Invaders, which is one of the most popular program, which doesn't require any coding background. Yeah, that's the best part about this particular program. And total 93% of the students have placed in the big companies. I'm not just telling the statistics. I'm not just creating the hype. It's a factual thing. Let me show you how. But I will show you in the coming slides. All right. Now coming to the part, this is the fees structure of our the courses. I am not selling anything, guys. I'm just telling you the truth that this is the courses. To all the people who is watching me right now, I am offering you a free counseling call to all of you. If you have a doubt, this is a job guarantee batch enrollment course. So this is the cost of this particular course, and all of you are getting 37% discount right now because you are watching me, and you will get the same thing in a 7,290 rupees per month. The link is into the chat section to have a free counseling call. Eat their head. ask too many questions, and understand that how coding invaders is promising job guarantee, and how you guys are confidently giving into a written agreement that if I'll not be placed, I'll get my money back. How exactly it is possible in this particular recession time, right? So you can have a free counseling call, check your eligibility, tell your fear, tell your problem and everything, that these are the problems, how I can become a data analyst, and how is this possible. I literally don't know. So the once you will be having a counseling call, you'll get an at least an idea that this is my cup of tea or not. All right. So I would offer you a free counseling call to all of you who is watching me right now, because the counselors are available. They're going to give you one free counseling call, consult with your backgrounds, and they will understand that what degree you have, and on that basis you can decide. All right. So the link is into the chat section, guys. Do register, get a free counseling call, eat their head, ask too many questions, interact with them, and check that is it legit or not. And then on that basis, take a better decision. All right. So let me tell you about the Coding Invaders, who we are. So we are an edtech platform which helps non-IT people to get into an IT profession with high-paying jobs. And the least package is 5 lakh, and the maximum package is 36 lakh per annum. If I'll dig in more to give you more statistics idea, then it is like on an average from 30 to 400% salary hike people are getting very easily. And this is not something which I'm saying that, oh, just because of the coding invaders they are getting. No, I'm telling you the reason. We have those all resources available. If the students are consuming those resources properly, they are getting placed. Why? Because the demand of data analysts is very much. So we will be discussing that as well, why there's so much and how it is possible. And you can also achieve this particular thing. So we'll discuss this particular things more on this at the end of this particular webinar, so stay tuned. Now if I talk about the other statistics, then more than 100 plus companies have already trained their employees with us. All right. And 90% plus statement, the placement rates we have. Why? Because we know exactly what is required in the industry. We know what are the tools is necessary. We know how much projects and the case studies, you know Jitendra Singh, Negi Singh, who will buy this. So I'm not saying this to buy. First of all, why? I am just making you aware this is happening. So once you will inquire and get an idea, then you can take a better decision. So to understand why we should go with the coding investors, we'll discuss more in this in particular webinar. We'll try to understand why this is, what is happening in this data industry, and how we are able to create a good impact in non-IT background people, because everywhere all the technical people are growing. But what about this non-IT people, right? So yes, we're gonna discuss these things. All right. Perfect. So let's start this particular webinar and let's understand what is the main intention behind joining this particular webinar. Let's understand this. So there's a poll on your screen. So you will find a poll on your screen. You will have three options available. You can let me know that what is the main reason you joined this particular. You just joined this webinar with no goals, or you were just looking to study and looking for the courses, or the third is like you're already studying and trying to expand your expertise. So you can tell me that as well. Okay. So I'll just check the poll. I'll understand, because with the perception, with the intention, I get an idea that what exactly the main motto of the audience, and accordingly I will be deriving the whole webinar. All right. So I can see more than 60% plus people want to enter into IT and looking for the courses, and 24% plus people are already into IT and wanted to expand, and 12% people are just here to listen. So for me, all three of you are very much important. So we're going to discuss every silly question and the tough question with the guest speaker as well. All right. So thank you so much, guys, for cooperating and telling me the exact intention and the reason. So what exactly you will get in this particular webinar, what you will learn. So I'll make this webinar the most, from scratch to an advanced level. So you will understand who are data analysts, who is data analyst, right? And you will also understand how you can become a data analyst, and also you will understand how you can build a successful career as a data analyst, right? Like people are starting with 5 lakh, 10 lakh. Now you will also understand from non-IT to 5 lakh, from non-IT to 10 lakh, from non-IT to 15 lakh, from non-IT to 36 lakh. How is this possible? We're going to ask all these questions in this with the guest speaker and everything. All right. So stay tuned. Moving ahead, what you will get in this particular webinar. So yes, I know one thing, that everybody has their friend who is in USA, Canada, or abroad in IT sector and earning good money, right? This is true. Okay. Paki is saying that will this video be saved? Now, this video is exclusive. You cannot save it. You can watch me. All right. So, what you will get in this particular webinar, so you will get a chance to ask a question to the speaker. All right. Why? Because I was discussing about the USA, Canada. So, why I discussed that? Because people are looking at their friends and they're observing that he became this. So, with their opinion and suggestions, they decide that should I try that or not, and on that basis, they take the steps of their career moves. So I would not agree with this particular action. Rather, I would suggest you to interact with the expert itself, all right, who is having a great IT background or great experience, and ask with them that I'm from an e-commerce background, I'm from a B pharmacy graduate. Can I become a data scientist? Can I become a data analyst? Is it true? Is it honestly like people are hiring, or is just like people are just saying and creating courses and selling and generating revenue? Is it true? Is it something which is actually happening, or is just like the hype is there in the market and people are just selling courses? Right? So you can directly. So I will take your questions and ask to the speaker, and we'll understand how exactly this hiring works. What exactly the IT people now thinking? Why they are hiring non-IT people? Right? So you will get to know a lot of things. Okay, and you will also get a certificate of participation, and you will also get a special offer for a data analytics course from Coding Invaders. So I'll give you some brief idea about the data analytics course of a Coding Invaders. So in Coding Invaders, we provide a job guarantee agreement. So it is not something which is like, you just got an agreement and you just enrolled and you will be placed. No, it's not like that. Don't be so smart. Okay, don't think that you just paid the amount and got an agreement, now sitting relaxed that I'll be getting 10 lakh placed. No, it's not like that. It is nothing like that. How exactly the agreement works, let me open your eyes. So agreement includes too many clauses. What clauses are there? That you have to complete certain modules on time, you have to complete certain projects on time, you have to complete certain things, you have to give that effort, man, come on. And it is very practical and logical that if you as a person will complete these numbers of projects assignments, you will by default be eligible for a high paying job. So you will become capable enough to crack multiple interviews. The problem in the industry right now is there's a less skilled people, and they don't have exact skill set which is currently going on in the market. So the reason why we put this agreement, so that people should be very much serious, and when they take it very seriously and complete all the modules, all the assignments, all the case studies, all the business case studies, all the real life problems, then when they sit for an interview, they sound so practical and legit, and that's how they get placed. And if you will not follow all these clauses, then you're not eligible for a money back guarantee, to be very honest. So I am the person, I'm telling you the fact. So don't think that you just paid the money and you got the agreement and sitting there like, no, it's not like that. Okay. You have to work hard, and you have to rely on us on a very, very, 100% with 100% effort, then only it is possible. All right. Okay. So Tejashwini is saying that, sir, please don't make it lengthy. Start about course. Sorry. All right. I'll just come to the point now. So we will be discussing about his journey, what he's doing, and how he made the great career. So, hi Puneet, if you can hear me, you can turn on your camera. We can see you. We are genuinely very much excited to see you and talk to you.
Hey,
So, Puneet, if you can just turn off your video once again and turn on, because I cannot see. Guys, do comment down that if you can see Puneet or not, because I cannot see. So kindly cooperate, guys. Okay, so that we can start this particular
can you see
webinar.
me now?
I can hear you. Audiences, can you see Puneet? Maybe audience can see you. So let me check. Hello, you beautiful guys. Can you see our guest speaker? Okay. So I guess they can see. I cannot see. Not a problem. That's not important. All right. So thank you so much for joining Puneet over here. As you can see, the craze in the audience, they are very much excited, and they wanted to understand how is this possible, what I am talking about. So I'll just pass on the mic to you. I would like to know about yourself with your own words, that what exactly you are doing and how exactly your career path looked like.
Great. First of all, thank you so much, Amir, for giving me this opportunity to be here today.
Mhm.
And one sec, I think there was some issue with the video. Let me turn it.
I guess it's still
Yeah,
now we can see. Now we
great.
can see.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's better now. So, yeah, as I was saying, first of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and it's great to interacting with this audience and talking about in such a wonderful topic about data analysis. And yeah, so about my career. So yeah, so guys, first of all, just to give an audience a cue. So I come from an, I won't say non-IT background, but yeah, I'm a non-IT guy. I did my engineering in electronics and communication. So pretty much in those days, so I am passed out of 2009. And pretty much if you see ask my IT knowledge, so there was a language, a very historic language called C. Not sure if many of you have heard about. So that's all I knew when I completed my engineering, and then I got thrust into this IT career. And
Mhm.
like you folks who are actually aspiring to become data scientists, I also too wanted to become a successful IT guy.
Mhm.
And it all started with a training, right? You
Mhm.
always need those skills, no matter what.
Mhm.
And that's how I started learning. And after that, it has been a journey. So I've worked with over six MNCs over these past 12 years. Did my executive MBA in the year 2019 from IIM Cozy Code in IT and business analytics. And then again, different kinds of roles I have, different hats I have worn over this time. I've been I've been a coder, I have been a system administrator, I've been an analyst, and currently
Mhm.
working as a technical program manager. So
Great.
one thing, if I could say, the takeaway is that nothing is impossible. You only need intent, and you must be ready for hard work.
Understood. Understood. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I genuinely liked it. Seems that I'm gonna explore more, but I have one uh, question. It's a
Right.
little funny, but I still wanted to ask because you did engineering. I also did engineering. Okay, I'm a mechanical engineering.
Okay.
Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know. So now you are doing so well in your IT industry. 12 years of experience, a lot of hard works, everything. Now the important thing I just wanted to know. Just give me a very honest answer. Did engineering help you, or you did by yourself?
Yeah, sure, Reep. So I would say definitely, so when I say even that was the question I was wondering with when I passed out, 4 years I spent into electronics engineering, and I started working with an IT company. It was
Mhm.
almost as if I was starting from scratch. But how any training or say any learning, it
Mhm.
doesn't go. It's not that it's useless.
Mhm.
It's what engineering gives you is a mindset, a
Mhm.
mindset for learning. You go through that grilling process. And
Mhm.
biggest takeaway from engineering is, you have to prepare pretty last year. Tomorrow is examination and you have to finish half a book, so you can
Mhm.
do it, if you are an engineer, for sure.
Understood. Understood. Thank you so much. One thing is very much clear that we just need to be graduate. It's a lot of myths in our mind that
Yeah,
I'm from engineering, then I can get the chance by any chance. But if I am a graduate with any background, I can work hard on my skill set and we can reach that level. One thing is very clear, right? Now,
definitely.
just one thing wanted to know as we are into this webinar, we're discussing about the data analytics and IT industry. So, data is the most discussed topic right now, which I'm observing. Even in the recent news of Adani, I've seen the data, the researchers, the analysis, and it is a bad situation. Somewhere down the line, I'm observing that every single businesses, organization, everything is relying on this data thing. But I just wanted to understand what the hell is this data analyst role? Like, I mean, what exactly best about being a data analyst? It looks scary to me. It looks like, it is something which involves a lot of mathematics, statistics, coding. So
Mm.
what's cool about being a data professional? Can you just tell us anything?
So, in today's world, it is practically impossible, to work without data. And if I, honestly, if you ask me, if
Mm-hmm.
you look 50 years back, what was the most valuable commodity across the
Mm-hmm.
world? Some
Mm-hmm.
of you may answer, it was the oil industries. That's why, Saudi Arabia and so nations are pretty, wealthy. But in
Mm-hmm.
current era, if
Mm-hmm.
you see the Fortune 500 companies as well,
Mm-hmm.
so, it is being dominated with the likes of Facebook and Apple. And why is
Mm-hmm.
it so? Because
Mm-hmm.
of data. In today's era, data is the most valuable commodity out there. And that is the reason these giants are, the place they are. And now how they reach there. So again, it's because of likes of, such folks who are actually data analysts. And what
Mm-hmm.
does basically data analyst does? So if you ask in a nutshell,
Mm-hmm.
so it's first of all, let me clear one myth that it requires a lot of maths.
Mm-hmm.
No. So to answer that, obviously you need to have an acumen. It's good, so it's good if you are good with numbers, you have got an interest, and
Mhm.
specifically if you have got interest in statistics.
Mhm.
So then it
Mhm.
is pretty good. You might be able to do well in this
Mhm.
career. But it's not
Mhm.
that these skills you have to go back to your maths book and you have to learn from there. It's not like
Mhm.
that. So
Mhm.
pretty much you have got very good tools, very good technologies, softwares are there which actually help out in
Mhm.
representation of data, etc. So in a nutshell, if you ask, what is the process of actually data analysis? So it's
Mhm.
just a process of where we actually collect data. We try
Mhm.
to model, model it in some way, and
Mhm.
basis that we try to analyze data. And the objective is to extract maybe insights.
Mhm.
For example, in today's world, if you ask me, if you ask like which companies are out
Mhm.
there who need, why this data analysis is needed. So
Mhm.
to answer it, it can be very simple. Starting from a startup to a
Mhm.
Fortune 500 company,
Mhm.
everyone relies on data. So, for example, if I'm going to tomorrow launch my company, I need to
Mhm.
know my customers. Okay, in which
Mhm.
city should I launch? So I'll
Mhm.
try to gather data. So maybe I try to model out who are the
Mhm.
audience for my app, which I'm potentially going to launch. And for
Mhm.
example, if I'm a Fortune 500 company, I have
Mhm.
to be aware about my competitors. For example,
Mhm.
Google, Chat GPT, it's a lots of craze these
Mhm.
days, right? So Google
Mhm.
is already working on such things like Chat GPT. So it's not.
Mhm.
So again, you have to be very much aware about the things that are currently going into the market, and
Mhm.
data analysis helps in saying.
Understood. So one thing is clear with your explanation that data analyst people are like trying to make sense out of chunk of data or the activities which is happening in day-to-day businesses or the organization by
Right.
making it in some sort of more synchronized way, organizing it and making it look visually good and make some sense out of it. Like if suppose in the new, because I have just one data,
Mhm.
it's a stupid one, but still I'll say. So I saw this approx 4.5 lakh biryani was delivered by Swiggy in New Year evening,
Yeah.
and and some advance booking was happened in the in some festive season with the in the hotels. So I guess these sort of activities will definitely help a data analyst to understand that which stock we need to be prepared of at this particular timing,
Right.
right? And how much we can generate revenue if we will increase the price, then for sure people will gonna buy it, and we're gonna, so this sort of things, right? Correct me if I'm
Right.
wrong. All
No, no,
right.
absolutely right.
Perfect. So we have understood the fact that what exactly the cool thing about data analyst. It seems that data analyst is more involved into good business decision making things. So we'll understand that. So just one thing wanted to know that if suppose I'm as a person, I was a mechanical engineering, but it's like I'm doing good in my life. Okay, by the way. So so
Yeah.
so if I'll get a job as a data analyst, right? So what will be my main task? What I have to what I need to do basically when I'll get a job as a data analyst? What task I have to go through? If you could highlight something.
Got it. Sure. So again, so if I say, so for example, you're a data analyst, and
Mhm.
so I come from, say, previously I worked with a telecom company,
Mhm. Mhm.
so you might be amazed. So daily, I think if you might be getting many of those promotional messages, right?
Mhm.
Subscribe to this campaign. IPL is coming. Subscribe to
Mhm.
that. So
Mhm.
a whole lot of business thinking actually goes
Mhm.
into the background. So,
Mhm.
so we kind of use one of the data analysis technique called cohorts. For example, so not going to much technical. I'll just keep it in a very simple terms. So
Mhm.
I'll ask you. So you are my data analyst. I'll ask you.
Mhm.
So I want to target. I want to roll out a new campaign where I'm targeting, say, IPL. For example, I want to find out
Mhm.
who are the subsequent users who can
Mhm.
subscribe to this IPL. So for example, on channel that IPL is
Mhm.
going to be offered. Who are those
Mhm.
users? So I'll
Mhm.
give you, I'll ask you to go through, all the subscribers, say,
Mhm.
find out who are the necessary, basis that. So you will have a chunk of data. For example,
Mhm.
a telecom company have chunk of data of all the users. So
Mhm.
you have to filter out from that data
Mhm.
basis on some data points. So there will be maybe you will go for a particular pack. You will go
Mhm.
for age of the audience. So
Mhm.
those data points, our marketing team will give you that these are our target audience. Basis that
Mhm.
you have to filter it out, and then once you have filtered it out, then you have to
Mm,
put that insights into a dashboard. You can use Power
mm,
BI, Tableau. You have to actually make it in a displayable way so that it can be presented to the necessary stakeholders who can actually make those business decisions to identify,
mm.
okay, these are the audience whom we need to target for, say, our next campaign. So in a very
Understood.
layman terms, put
So
together.
visualization is like in representing in the form of pie chart and graph, and
Yeah,
so that it should look very simpler to the founders and the business decision makers to understand and take better
absolutely.
decisions. So is this something true, which that all the startups and the businesses who are going or trying to raise the fund, and they're analyzing their previous quarter, and they're also doing some predictive analytics, which we say, and trying to raise the fund by showcasing those analysis to the investor and making them believe that it is growing and why it is growing, why it is worth investing. So does that data and analysis, all these things also helps in raising the funds and everything?
Absolutely. And I can tell from my experience. So personally, so roughly 4 years back, I made a
Mhm,
pitch to few of the
mhm,
investor. I had a cool idea where I was
mhm,
working with my friends, and I
mhm,
made a pitch to few of my investors.
mhm,
And sadly, I didn't do it at that time. So I made a
mhm,
very good presentation, etc. First
mhm,
question that came from the panel was that,
mhm,
was show me some data. What you have a cool idea, but
mhm,
does you have any insights that is there a demand for this idea in the market?
mhm,
That
mhm,
was the first question, and I was blank, because I didn't do that analysis. So that's from a startup. And on matured companies, on big MNCs, this is like a day-to-day thing in each and every meeting. So in today's, we there is a term which we call, so all the decisions that we take are actually data informed decisions, that it has to be backed by data. Otherwise, business never actually budges to take any decisions anymore.
Understood. Sorry, there's one guy saying that. Amir, please stop. Okay, I'll not say anything. Fine, I'll ask question only. So, all right. So this is what like audience do teach me in the hosting as well. That you should do like this and you should do like that. Okay, okay, Jiva, I will take care of it for sure. Okay, so we understood that why we the importance of data analysts in the businesses. Agreed. Okay. So we will understand more on this, but I have some, important statistics to showcase. Okay. Probably, oh my God, I did one mistake. I didn't updated my slide. Okay. Sorry guys. So in the coming, years, you will find more than 2 million jobs for sure. Okay. And, yeah, it is not something which I am just seeing. You can Google and just write down, data analyst job and see how many vacancies are there. Okay. Once you will see that, you'll get an idea. And the best part, when you'll go to the job description, nobody asking about data analyst diploma degree or the computer. They are just asking hands-on experience on these tools. That's the best part. I'll give you, just go Google it and see. All right. Because the companies are giving, turning data driven. Every single thing is turning data driven, right? Even the silliest ideas are accepted by the investors if they have a good data insight. All right. All right, perfect. So why we guarantee a job? So it is not something rocket science or magical we are doing. Let's ask that one question to our guest speaker. So you have 12 years of experience. So can you just give one honest answer that do you face this problem that you are in the need of building a team but you're not able to find a skilled people?
Absolutely. So it happens a lot of time, because when you're part of the interview panel and you're actually finding the right guy.
Mm-hmm.
So then again, I think one point I like to touch upon, that which you also said, there has been a paradigm shift. If you go back a decade, so there was a huge emphasis on, say, you are pass out from X college or Y college, that brand value. So that was pretty much evident across the industry. But recently, in the past 5 years, paradigm has really shifted. Now it has more become a skill based market. So there is huge demand. Nobody is going to ask you, okay, you are an IITian, you are an IM graduate, then only I'm going to take you. So even for the IT companies, so they are where we mostly focus on skills. So okay, so we give you practical problems, we give you case studies as well during. So this is one of the interview rounds for, say, data analysts. So in, say, in the third round, we try to give you a case study to actually so you have to solve that study, you have to present your insights, and then basis that you have to present it to our to the interview panel, and then we kind of select you. So this is like one of the way it has really shifted. So it's not only matter that you have a brand value associated to it, you have to have that skills, you have to have that acumen that you can actually solve that kind of problems. So yeah, and I have faced in the past, and I always try to rely on, I would say, practical skills of
Mm-hmm.
folks, their understanding. And one key skill that is very much required in the field of data science is, or data analyst is,
Mm-hmm.
you have to have that problem solving attitude. You
Mm-hmm.
have to have that attitude that okay, you have to be curious, that okay, this is functioning, why is it functioning. You have to have that, and how I can make it better. So that is one of the key skills, I would say, that every data analyst or data science person should have.
Understood. Understood. So one thing is clear. Can I say one thing, that demand is good, demand is in good number, but supply is not there because people are not skilled enough? Is it? Would you agree on this particular phrase?
Absolutely. So,
Mm.
so give you, so, so data scientists, the data analyst is just a start, so we have got, you know, other roles as well, which have been, developing on top of that. So today, like demand for like product analyst, so what is beyond maybe data analyst, so if you're sufficient skill, you can transition into a product analyst, you can transition into a product manager. And in my personal experience, I've seen, very good like data folk, data scientists and data analyst transitioning into product manager, as well, which is
Understood.
again is a sort out role across industry.
Understood. Thanks for this particular clarity. So guys, how we are very much confident. I'll give you one simple logic. We know the exactly need of this particular industry, and we will teach you that thing. We know how exactly what exactly the need of a particular recruiter for this particular company. If you are trained enough, you will sit with that proper skill set. Nobody will stop you. And I can claim one more thing. If you will learn this skill set, probably in 4 or 5 months you will yourself become capable enough to get an interview scheduled by yourself. Trust me, this is happening actually. So this is not something which I'm just telling you to create a hype or something. It's a practical thing. Okay, even if you will just try one thing, just update your LinkedIn as a data analyst 2 3 years, this case studies and everything, you will start looking at that you are coming into the search result. Do this, okay, you'll get an idea. So that's how we are very much confident. We have also analyzed multiple vacancies and everything, so we have a good team is available to save your time. As a student, your focus you should be to study and learn on a practical basis, and rest we will handle. So that's the best part about it, and this is the pricings. And right now, whoever is watching us, they are eligible for 37% fee discount. So this is not something which I'm just telling you the fees is less, but I would offer you one thing: go have a free counseling call, ask questions, and understand that you are the right fit for it or not, or is it genuinely possible or not. And go give a try and listen to them and understand. Tell about your background. You're from arts background, commerce, pharmacy, anything, and just see that are they able to connect the dots. Is it happening? If you will just analyze and understand, and you will just see the modules and everything, if you will find that yes, it is working well, then take a decision. Otherwise don't. But do take free counseling call. The link is in the chat section. Moving ahead, now the most important question comes in our mind, that what exactly skill sets are required to become a data analyst. Because when I google and whenever I just go on YouTube, I get 15 20 tools and I get demotivated and I just leave it. So I'm confused that what exact tools I need to just learn and get my first IT job as a data analyst.
Got it. So I think, so as I said, so necessary skills that you require to become a data analyst. First of all, these tools that you are already showing up on the skills. So these are pretty much, I would say, that requires, for any data analyst job. But as I said, first thing is that you have to have a problem solving attitude.
Mhm.
So if you have to be, and then certain degree, you have to be good with numbers, right? You have to be, basic statistics, mean, median, mode, kind of that, so you must have remembered from your school days. It's practically just applying that, and the tools which are there. So for obviously we need a, like earlier there was R, which was pretty much there. Now it's Python, and it's not that you have to learn Python by heart. So it's basically syntax and etc. You need to learn, and pretty much you're going to find everything online. So even if you ask me as well, so I work with various data scientists and data analysts. So they don't, it's not that they are writing hardcore code every day,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
pretty much it's you're working on data. Then
Mhm.
obviously, so myself have worked on SQL. So any programming language, so there is SQL. There are other languages as well. So with time, this is not something that it cannot be learned. You can
Mhm.
definitely learn it. And obviously, like Power BI, it's a visualization tool. There is Tableau, etc. That are being used across the industry. And pretty much it is, so like I said, so fancy dashboards, chart, pie chart, that you can create using Power BI. So basically you have to input data and then you have to show. But in a nutshell,
Mhm.
so these or tools are just going to help you. And
Mhm.
it's not that if I'm a non-IT person,
Mhm.
I won't be able to learn these.
Mhm.
Obviously you have to put in certain effort. If you are from a non-IT background, a little
Mhm.
bit of more effort might be required, but
Mhm.
definitely these can be done. And obviously lots of case studies for sure, that has to be done, because firstly you need to understand,
Mhm.
how businesses work. You need to understand how to extract data, so that in
Mhm.
where and how to get those insights, so that there in, where this case study comes very handy. So, and definitely I think the courses are going to help you with that.
Understood. Understood. So, one thing is clear that we don't have to worry about multiple tools. We just have to focus on certain things. And if I'll ask you one thing, in the whole data analyst work, how much percent you would like to give to the coding part? 10%, 20%, 30%? How much?
Not more than 15 to 20%, for
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
that is all that you are going to require. And if you ask, for very beginners as well, many companies, they don't use that as well. Pretty much everything is on Excel, so it's mostly Excel formulas, etc. So if you are kicking off your career, if you are good in Excel, that's, all you need. And as you actually go along the way, you can, learn along, Python and SQL, to actually enhance and build up on those skills. But pretty much
Mhm.
if you're entering and you're good with Excel, that also even suffices in certain cases.
Understood. Understood. And I have seen one thing that I was in one interview call, and there was one guy from one of my friend is like team lead in Deloitte, and he
Mhm,
was looking for some good analyst professionals. So he started asking about the background and everything in the beginning,
mhm,
and then he was not able to find out that he is right fit or not. And then slowly steadily he just asked, did you did any projects, did you did any courses, did you learn any tools? So I have observed one thing, that the people are in IT industries are at least looking for 1% chances to prove yourself, that yes, you have done that, where I can see that my work can be done from your experience and I can hire you. I have seen that level of hiring as well. Yeah, I'm not saying that everybody is doing, but
mhm,
I've seen that there are a bunch of people who are trying to find at least one reason
mhm,
which you have done and I can hire you. So that's the best part which I observe, which I have never experienced in my interview.
mhm.
Because
Very true.
yeah, so this is what I've observed in the IT. So people see, this thing is data analysis, just like you said, we can implement this particular tools in a multiple profession. I'll give you one reason, Puneet, how I can see that data analyst is a non-negotiable skill.
Mhm,
How? So let's suppose even if I will be on sales, okay, one day I'll become manager,
mhm.
one day I become team lead, right? And at that time I won't be on field. I will
Mhm.
be working with data to know how much sales happened, how much
Right.
prospecting, how much leads you have generated, how much which city and area is good for selling. Even the medical representative MR who used to go to the doctors, they also know which areas doctors take more medicine, which area doctor take 10% commission, 20%. Somewhere on the top is doing this analysis, whether it's manually or it's like a professional analyst thing. But this is something which was happening, and now it has been more structurized. And I
Right.
feel even the logistics people also analyze the data. Even I feel the HR also need data analysts to monitor their employee statistic. Even I feel that chartered accountant also need data analyst. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely, so and there is a need to it, so it becomes for like companies. If you ask,
Mm,
why there is a huge demand for data analyst jobs, it
mm,
because it is a huge cost saving. Because see,
mm,
what will happen if there are no data analysts, right? Then
mm,
I will be going in blind, in the, so if I'm doing marketing, if I'm doing sales, I do not know what my competitors are doing. I do not know what is my market. You're going in blind. Data therein helps saving your effort, because you then you can have very targeted focus on your audience. If I know this is my sector, this is my area where actually I have to, if I target this, I'll get maximum conversions. So that's how, data has become very data these this field is like ever growing because of such demand. And it generates huge cost saving.
understood. Understood. I agree with you totally. So this is what just wanted to convey to all the people, and the reason behind discussing that is people are confused about, should I to choose data analyst, should I become business analyst? First of all, at this moment of time, you should not think about that as well. You just need to enter it. Whether you will be hired as a business analyst or a data analyst, your first 6 months or 1 year is going to be same, to be very honest.
And to clear one of the myths as well,
Yeah.
guys, please in IT,
Mhm.
don't run after designations. They are the most misleading things that you have
Mhm.
seen.
Mhm.
So you can be called an analyst while you will be just doing coding. You can be called
Mhm.
for you will be doing you are a business analyst. You'll be doing a data analyst work. So it's all out there. It designation change from company to company. A
Mhm.
company might have a different nomenclature altogether. So don't
Mhm.
go after go
Mhm.
after the job description. Go after the responsibilities that the company is offering you.
Even like Puneet, I've seen that people are saying, no, I don't want to do data analyst. I want to become data analyst. But I know what I have experienced. Nobody can directly become data. I think that comes with experience, 1 or 2 years. Then you will become that.
Right.
But yes, some companies do hire with that name, but the actual job you will be doing is the job of data analyst only,
Right.
right?
Absolutely. Absolutely agreed.
So this is what actually happening. People are actually, I'm not sure whether they are passionate about this thing, but they are fascinated about these things, like data scientists or data analyst things. This is what I have observed in every whatever the calls or the messages or I get on the Instagram. So I have seen that they have that particular mindset that no, data analyst nahi karna hai, chota hai. I'll do that data scientist one. This is what. So okay, now the question comes in our mind: ki how I can acquire the skill set and polish them. So I would like that if you answer it more legit way, because see, any which ways I'm from coding invaders, I'm promoting my courses. You give me your way that when you were a student, how you were acquiring the skill set, so that they can also understand, and and you can also let us know that how we can continuously polish and get this thing done.
Right. So first of all, as I said, that you need to be sure that I'm going into this field. We are going to become a data analyst.
Exactly.
So you must be interested in this role. So because day in and day out, you will be working with data. You have to scrub through huge amount of chunks of data. Today we are living in era of big data, where we have such huge volumes of data. So I must be good with numbers. It's not that I'm not concerned about that. So you have to be good with numbers. That's one, and that is the starting point. And as you go along, you need to just start. To kick off. For example, I want to learn one particular language. Say I want to learn Python. So for example, Coding Invaders is giving you one of the platforms. Likewise, there are other platforms as well. So, but they are giving you a kind of a package deal, wherein they will be actually not only telling about for example of where does Python coming, it actually comes in handy to scrub out the data, to actually get the details, get particular, how what kind of insights you want to draw from data, so scrubbing of that data, it comes in handy. And then SQL helps in actually analysis that data and structuring that data into that particular format. And then Tableau or Power BI helps you in actually presenting of that data. So to necessarily, you need to have that attitude that I want to learn and keep on growing. And training is something, you can go to Coding Invaders, you can go to say a well reputed college as well. It's but you need to have that learning mindset. If you don't have that learning mindset with you, so that at the end of the day, whatever folks teach you, it's not going to stick with you. So as you grow, for example, please don't be worried about that, I must go out, learn R, or should I go learn Python. So as I said, when I started with C, then I gradually learned Java. Then again, so further, there are new languages that are coming. C sharp is coming, etc. So likewise, so the IT is an industry which will continue evolving. There will be languages as the technology is expanding each day. There will be new things coming. Don't be afraid by it. Just you have to start from one thing and keep on learning from there. There, and that's how you actually polish yourself.
Thank you so much for this detailed answers. So we have got the clarity that how you can do it. Okay, and yes, if you want to save your time, you can learn from us as well. Okay, so now the most important question comes in your mind. I'll give you my example. When I was about to join the engineering, I was debating with a counselor like I will choose computer science. I will choose in that way. I just thought I was discussing. I don't know why I was discussing so confidently. I was thinking that I'll do something big in my life. So, but this is what actually happens with me right now when I talk to anybody who they discuss with me, R language or Java or Python. No, 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 Python is not something we need to learn. Java. So the way they discuss and debate is something they feel that they're going to make something big, but it is not required. All right, even some of my friends who are from different engineering, they're also like like
Mhm.
me only. Okay, so so just wanted to understand one thing, how I can understand that this is my cup of tea or not. Like data analyst, how can I understand that I'm the right fit for this data analyst profession? What sort of quality I should look in myself?
Right. So, firstly, you have to have that problem-solving attitude. That is one of the
Mm-hmm.
key skills. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be, certain amount of, you need to be good with maths. Not
Mm-hmm.
really good, but at least you must have that understanding on statistics, because day in day out you'll be playing with data. And
Mm-hmm.
then again, as it is said, you need to be have an open mind and an learning attitude. That I can learn, and because obviously you cannot understand everything from the outside. Once you try to understand the language, once you try to go in, and once you do an hands on, and then again it's a great opportunity, because day in and day out you will be solving actual problems. You will be getting an understanding, for example, if today how those business decisions are actually getting driven. So you'll be sitting right in the center, because you will be providing that data, that analysis, to all the necessary business leaders and stakeholders, which will actually be driving those key results. So then again, for me it is very exciting, working with day in and day out with different kinds of analysts, because we go with them with problems, because business comes with us a problem. Say if my I have to increase average revenue per hit, by 1%. That's the target. My the boss comes with me. Then I go back to my analyst.
Mm-hmm.
Try to find out. What are the key areas wherein we have this kind of potential. So you will get to work on real life problems, and you
Mm-hmm.
will get to solve these kind of problems. So definitely, it's one of the very exciting fields.
Understood. Now let's understand that how much they can earn. But before that, just wanted to let you know, all of you, that there is no particular age restriction, gender restriction, or background limitations are required. One thing is clear till now, right?
Right.
By the way, Puneet, do you have any weird example where maybe some of the very young uh, team members in your team or in your journey you have seen and is making more than what normal people are making? So, do you have any sort of any weird example where you have seen that okay, iska ye background bhi nahi hai, is not from that background and is too young, or maybe he's too old and but still he joined? So, do you have any examples?
Absolutely, so there was this medical professional, I remember, so who was there working
Mm-hmm.
with me, and so like we were very good friends, uh, and then he, suddenly I found him one day that he is actually, has switched his career. He was, I think, preparing for medical for almost 4 to 5 years. He prepared
Okay.
and dropped,
Mm-hmm.
but then he suddenly took up, and he has founded a major, startup in data science. And currently I said,
Wow.
wow, that is a complete 360 turn. How did you
Mm-hmm.
do that? So that is a kind of, so because he liked the field, first of all, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and imagine he was from a medical background, and then
Mm-hmm.
again he actually, and he said he started with like five folks, who were
Mm-hmm.
there, and they all were, obviously he had some help, because like few of them were already into that data, like data analyst, and into that field. But
Mm-hmm.
that's how you need to, you need to just have interest in this field. And as I think you are going into, we are talking about no age, no gender. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
there is no bar, because data, we are all using smartphone, right? So
Mm-hmm.
did we ever imagine that X person can only use, no matter what, even 2 3 years old child are using smartphones these days. So that's how exciting this career is, and all you need is just intent to go into same.
Understood. Understood. Thank you so much. Because I've seen people with 30 plus ages, they're having different commitments, so they have that thing comes in their mind. So,
Mhm.
guys, it's you who is stopping yourself. Okay, there's no restrictions or anything as such. All right, moving ahead. Yes, again, let me tell you about the coding invaders. We teach you from scratch for sure, and majority of the students are from a non-IT background. So, what else you need? Because if your the mates are from a non-IT background, you will feel more confident, you will feel more comfortable, and you can win all together. The best part is, as Puneet said, we need to learn on a practical basis. So our whole course is into the practical basis, on the case studies and the project base, so that when you are going for an interview, you should not sound like a dumb. You should sound like an experienced professional. And it comes when you have done that project, case studies, then you will sound more logical and sensible, and that's how you will win this particular game. All right. So these are the things available to study. All right. Now let's discuss that. What are the career ladders and how much money a data analyst earns? So, well, Puneet, I have made this particular slides where everybody, all guest speaker whom I invite, they generally laugh at me. Why? Because I have kept the numbers which somehow they say that it is, the bare minimum thing. Nowadays, people are starting with more than 10 lakh packages with a little efforts or something. So you can also correct me in the slides, and you can tell me that how much these people make money and what the designation comes generally and after 1 or 2 years.
Absolutely. So I would say, so currently, as I said, this is one of the most lucrative careers that is out there. So typically, if you are, say, starting from scratch, I
Mm-hmm.
think that bar is okay. The first one for junior analyst, we start in the same range, somewhere starting from 4 lakhs.
Mm-hmm.
It goes up till 8. So this is
Mm-hmm.
purely from based on my experience, what I have seen in the industry, and pretty much when I talk about the NCR market that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, so salaries, again, one myth I'd like to clear. So on it varies a lot. Where actually, for example, if you're going for the same job in Bangalore versus you're
Mm-hmm.
going for the same job in NCR, you will
Mm-hmm.
find 10 to 15% of difference. Obviously, the salaries in Bangalore will be much more. So that
Mm-hmm.
geographical factor is always there. It
Mm-hmm.
will be there. But let's talk about that. So, for example, you will start somewhere in the same range, around 4 to 8 lakhs when you are a junior level. Say,
Mm-hmm.
but what I've seen is the exponential growth that one
Mm-hmm.
get. So
Mm-hmm.
imagine, not even 3 to 5 years, in just couple of years, this figure is going to double.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have seen in my experience. So if you're starting, say, 7, you have 2 years of experience, and you are a data scientist or a data analyst, you
Mm-hmm.
might well be earning 14 to 15 lakhs. And then again, so as it goes, you can just come. I'll give you a very simple formula, and it is used across all the IT industry.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum 30% jump you're going to get,
Mm-hmm.
irrespective you have worked with a company. So once you're 2 to 3 years of experience, if you're going to switch your
Mm-hmm.
job, you are bound to get at least 30%. You can do the rest
Mm-hmm.
of the money. So if you're doing this, maybe, and then again, obviously these days, and companies are offering various perks, etc., as well, apart from that. So definitely, and I have seen people, earn in good, like 50 lakhs, 70 lakhs, going up till crores as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
and as I said at the start as well, so as you become, say, a senior data scientist, etc., so you have got lucrative options of actually, becoming a product manager or a product
Mm-hmm.
analyst as well. So those careers, they come with certain amount of experience, and I have seen fair bit of data analyst and data scientist folks actually becoming very good product managers and earning in crores currently.
Wow. Wow, that's great. So we can also achieve that number for sure if we are upskilling ourselves in the right manner. With the patient effort, we can definitely achieve that. So one thing is clear that the packages will be very much. I have just added this, what we say, bare minimum, or you can say the worst case scenario, that at least you can start with 6 lakh package now. Okay. By the way, guys, there's a new announcement going on that if you till 7 lakh, you will not, you may not have to pay the taxes. So it's also a
Yeah,
good thing.
budget.
Yeah. So one thing is clear how much we can earn. So let's find and let's understand that how to find this data analyst job. Okay. So being a non-IT background, we generally don't get recommendations, neither a call, right? Of course. So how we can make ourselves visible in such a way that I should start getting calls, or like where should I hunt?
Got it.
What do you think?
So first of all, I would learn. So one thing which I've learned from my experience is that, uh, so platforms like you've already posted, right? So
Mhm.
Naukri is very good for, especially if you're looking for a fresher job. So
Mhm.
definitely one of my recommendation will be, so have a very good profile of over Naukri, and then again, few points that you need to keep, because I've seen many of the folks, especially freshers who are actually coming,
Mhm.
they tend to have those very beautiful template CVs, right? They
Mhm.
think somehow it is very cool, but the key thing, which everyone should understand, is to have keywords. So
Mhm.
specifically understand from like recruiters mindset. So they
Mhm.
look for keywords, whether they are searching your profile on LinkedIn, where they're searching on Naukri, they will be
Mhm.
after keywords. So try to put in for the key skills. So for example, if you have worked on SQL, if you have
Mhm.
worked on Python, try
Mhm.
to highlight, have those keywords in your CV.
Mhm.
And again, so that is going to boost it up. And then again, LinkedIn profile is one thing. Of late I've seen it has got a lot of traction, because
Mhm.
many of the recruiters are actually preferring LinkedIn over Naukri. So
Mhm.
make sure that you have a good LinkedIn profile. And
Mhm.
try to get some connections, try to interact
Mhm.
with different kind of folks, follow important people, look for those, all those opening. That is one of the key things. And then again, network with the, irrespective of the platform, network with like-minded people who are in the same industry, try to understand with them. So I'll give you one very good example. So recently I also transitioned into like the program management. I became a technical program manager. And believe me, guys, like you, it was a completely new field for me. I didn't have a clue how to actually transition into the field. And how I did it, obviously, there was a lot of hard work. I had to study, I had to do certain courses, I had to do some certifications, but I started with networking. So believe me, I reached out on LinkedIn to a technical program manager in Facebook in London. And he was such a humble guy. I just DM'd him, and we were not even connected. And he actually reached out to me. He blocked time with me, and he like we spoke for over 30 minutes, and he guided me. So it's you only who is stopping yourself creating those barrages. You can reach out to n number of folks and just ask for help. People are more
Mhm.
than ready to actually help you out, you know yeah. So that's
Understood. Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, guys, I hope you have got pretty much clarity with the answers from the Puneet. What sort of questions we are handling. So he have explained almost everything. What exactly this data analyst thing is, why the business needs data analyst, and how we can learn this skill set. What a skill set needs to be learned, and why and how we can find the job. Everything was explained by Puneet. So thank you so much, Puneet, for explaining all these things. We got pretty much clarity for sure. But yes, guys, now we are moving towards Q&A session. So I would say that collect your questions, whatever the questions you have, and shoot it. And yes, Puneet, I'll just cover some one of the slides. Meanwhile, you can have a glass of water. I'll just shortlist some of the best questions and I'll ask you. So guys, before we come to this particular Q&A session, just wanted to tell you that we do have that particular career service team available, which is highly focused and involved into this LinkedIn profile preparations and multiple job interviews and supports for application process. Why this is important, let me tell you. There's a thousands and the lakhs number the CVs are going to the big companies. Do you think that a person will be sitting who will be shortlisting? No, it's not like that. There's a ATS, applicant tracking system, now every company is using. So whoever have that relevant keyword in their CV or tools in their CV, they will by default come on the top and they get shortlisted for the first call. Now the biggest question comes in our mind is how we can make our CV ATS compliant. And to know that, you need to discuss with an experienced person. You need to understand how we can get yourself shortlisted. If suppose you're a skilled person and you're not getting first call, oh, it's another challenge. So never take this career services so lightly. It is one of the most important thing right now. Okay, so these are the things available that we also teach, so that we should save your time. As a student, you should just focus on upskilling yourself, and we can schedule a multiple calls for you, and then you can just sit and give your best and just select, I need to join 10 lakh, or I need to join 20, or I need to join 30. All right, so this is what it is. Okay, so let's move on. If I'll just show you the hiring partners, these are the hiring partners, hiring 100 plus hiring partners. So yes, there's no problem in scheduling an interview. Even if I'll schedule 10 calls for you, you will crack one at least for sure. Okay, moving ahead, now it's a time for Q&A session. I have shortlisted multiple questions. So yes, so the bigger, let me see the questions we have. So Puneet, welcome back. So we have one question from Purna. What type of prior experience do company expect from a data analyst job seekers?
Okay, great. So obviously, it will help. It varies from person to person. So say if you are an experienced person, you might not have a non-IT. You are having a non-IT experience as well. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not that you have to start from scratch. You will fall into that bracket of say
Mm-hmm.
5 to 6 lakhs. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like that. So in industry, all across the industry, experience matters.
Mm-hmm.
And so for example, your domain also matters. So you might have
Mm-hmm.
worked for a marketing firm, you might have
Mm-hmm.
worked in the sales division. So accordingly, so in whichever company you're interviewing, they'll try to fit you,
Mm-hmm.
based on your prior experience. So that is something in even in our interviews we look at, that from
Mm-hmm.
what background the person is coming from, because obviously that experience comes in handy, and really because it gets an understanding of the field in which that data analyst can actually help out. So again, and again, if you've got IT experience, that is like cherry on the top. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously, it will come in handy because it will give you an edge in learning the tools, etc. And you can be a quick learner over there.
Understood. Understood. Thank you so much. All right. Now the another question is from a person and is what now. So Rekha is saying that can I become a data analyst? I am 2007 pass out MCA. So generally she is having doubt about age, I guess.
Got it. So then again, I think so one barrage will be so which I don't know, to answer your question. Like if
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to answer it, give an answer in an open-ended fashion. So
Mm-hmm.
say you have been working, so you have got certain work X under your belt.
Mm-hmm.
So that is definitely going to help. As I
Mm-hmm.
said, it has become a skill-based market.
Mm-hmm.
So wherein you will be actually be judged on your
Mm-hmm.
proficiency, on your
Mm-hmm.
problem-solving skills, obviously
Mm-hmm.
your so in what way you can actually solve real world problems.
Mm-hmm.
So that you have to defend. But then again, if you have got say a career gap, say if more than 5 years gap is there, you haven't been working and you are trying to jump in, so be prepared. It's
Mm-hmm.
I have seen in various companies, so there is a hire back program that is there. And be honest, so be honest in whichever interview you are giving. Say for X reason, Y reason, you have not been working, be
Mm-hmm.
just highlight and say you and try to show your intent that why actually you want this job. That is,
Mm-hmm.
believe me, that is more than enough, for
Mm-hmm.
the person who is hiring you to convince that person that you are the right candidate. But yeah, you have to put in that effort, and you have to start. There is no, I would say, bar to it, because if you see 10 years back, this job didn't even exist. So
Mm-hmm.
you cannot have data analyst, who are more than 10 or 15 years of experience. They are
Mm-hmm.
very less experienced folks only.
Understood. Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Now, do you have any comment on the layoffs that are happening? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the worldwide companies are firing. Companies like Google also firing, Amazon also firing. And here we are discussing that we should upskill ourselves to get into IT. What's your comment in that?
Absolutely. So then again, IT, if you say so, IT has become the backbone, of across every industry you see all across the
Mm-hmm.
world.
Mm-hmm.
So it is there, and due to certain decisions. So I'll not
Mm-hmm.
talk about that why the layoff is happening, because it
Mm-hmm.
is again internal to each and every company. Why Google is firing, why Amazon is firing. There is a journal. Obviously the slowdown is there in the market, especially in the Western economy that we have
Mm-hmm.
shown across the
Mm-hmm.
world, that we have seen. That is one of the reasons. And
Mm-hmm.
if you see one of the key layoffs that maximum they are happening,
Mm-hmm.
so they are outside India. So that is one of the data point. It's not that it is not happening in India as well. It is happening in India,
Mm-hmm.
but it is a reality. So at any point of time, if you are into a private sector job, nobody
Mm-hmm.
can give you a 100% job guarantee that
Mm-hmm.
boss, your job is 100% guaranteed for your lifetime. Nobody is going to give you that guarantee. So therefore, all the more, it is the reason that you need to upskill yourself. You need to be updated on the technologies, how it is, how the IT job structure, how, what are the key skills in demand which are there in the industry. You have to keep yourself aware about that and keep on learning. So because like I myself have seen many of the candidates who got out of the job, but again, it's not that they are going to remain, because demand is still there in Indian market. The
Mhm.
specific companies they are firing, again, but there are a lot of more, lot many
I
jobs out
guess
there.
this is a business decision for sure, but
Yeah,
it is one thing I just wanted to clear to everybody. Whoever thinks that the layoff is happening and they are like homeless, no, their package will not be neither reduced. They'll get
yes,
even a hike on the other companies, or maybe even the startup also. Their value will
absolutely.
not going to decrease for sure. Their life standard or lifestyle will not be decreased for sure. They'll just switch companies like anything. That's another good thing about being an IT professional.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Akriti has, I don't know if she has any questions or not, but she just said, I need work from home. So, what do you think that in this data domain, can we get work from home?
Yeah, so just like so there is, first of all, to clarify, there is no barring that data analyst and IT. So it depends on company's culture, so for most of the Bangalore companies, they were offering during COVID period, they were offering work from home. But off late, since last 6 months, there has been shift in the mindset.
Mhm,
Companies have been calling back employees, so
mhm,
but the it will totally depend on the company that you are going to join. There are still
mhm,
companies who are offering 100% work from home. And one of the most beneficial thing that has come out of COVID is, I think, work from home only. And
mhm,
there is also, I think, most of the companies are going with a hybrid model. For example,
mhm,
personally, the company with which I'm working, so we
mhm,
have got a hybrid model. Out of 5 days, we are going like 2 to 3 days to office, and rest 2 days we are at home, and it's up
mhm,
to us to decide.
mhm,
So it will again depend on company's culture, their business
mhm.
leaders, how they decide what's best for the companies. And this is something that is keep on changing, because who knows, down the line 6 months, even my company is going to call me back to come 5, for whole 5 days in office itself.
Thank you. The last but not least, question from Urvashi is saying that I am from healthcare sector. Is this session for me too?
Oh my God. Oh, absolutely. So one of the most upcoming field that's
Mhm,
there in data analysis is healthcare. You will
mhm,
be surprised to know the applications, that the healthcare sector is actually applying, and so I personally have, worked with I have got acquaintances in few of the healthcare companies,
mhm,
who you won't believe. So one of the company with which I was associated with,
mhm,
so it was working Medanta. I think everyone must be familiar of, like, one of the
mhm,
major hospital chains. So they were
mhm,
actually working for the software that Medanta is using,
mhm,
and that I work with their data analyst team and data analysis team, and the
mhm,
kind of insights, so for example, patients,
mhm,
all healthcare history, where
mhm,
different kind of diseases, and there is a lot of work currently going on, predictive analysis, where
mhm,
where we will try to, based on your health data points,
mhm,
folks are trying to come up if you are likable for what kind of diseases. So
mhm.
so it is one, and definitely your knowledge is going to come in handy if you are going to
Mhm.
apply so in any healthcare company.
Understood. Understood. Got the clarity. Uh, Now the last question is like I'm having uh, Ramana is saying will Chat GPT kill that? No, 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 it will not kill for sure. So yes, I'll just come up with the last question. The last question was that I am having 2 years of gap and I'm from a non-IT background. Why they will hire me?
Right. So then again, as it is said, it is again possible that,
Mhm,
so as I said, as I think Amir also said, that if you acquire certain skills, if you
mhm,
are going through certain trainings, you're going to put up on your resume,
mhm,
then obviously I'm not saying that the first call that you will get, you're going to convert it. Believe me,
mhm,
that's the hard truth. Obviously,
mhm,
it will be a learning curve that you have to undergo. It is quite
mhm,
possible. That's how even I had to fail in 3 to 4 interviews before cracking my job. So
mhm,
that's how it happens, and it, like, everyone has gone through the same. So it
mhm,
will not happen in your first interview, but that learning. So
mhm,
never give up attitude, and you need to trust yourself. So in
mhm.
your learning, and if you're ready to, you have acquired the skills, you will definitely get a job for sure.
Understood. Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's it from my side. And I'm genuinely very much happy that you answered all the questions from for our audience very well. And we are feeling very much confident now. As you can see that the questions in the beginning it was how can I become, now they are saying that how much I can earn. So that's a good shift in this Q&A session which I can see. So I'm genuinely very much thankful, Puneet, for that you have given your time over here. And guys, I want to tell you, Puneet also has a YouTube channel, so you shout out for the Puneet's channel. You can check it out. Okay, and I'm also attaching the LinkedIn link of Puneet, so whoever wants to reach out, you can reach out to him. And trust me, like Puneet, we want you again and again for as a guest speaker, so that all the people who have a lot of myths, pre-assumptions, and looking for somebody's approval or actual fact that yes, being from a non-IT background, I can still make huge. So you explained really well. Thank you so much. Do you have any last message before going to this particular audience who is still not able to take decision? Any last message to them?
Sure. First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I think, guys, please feel free to reach out to me. If you have any further questions, I'll be more than happy to help you out in any of the career related questions. And to all the folks who are actually still wondering whether this is right or wrong, I would say have a leap of faith,
Hmm.
trust in yourself, because obviously that's how we learn. That's how nobody can say for with 100% sure that I was born to become a data analyst, or even
Hmm.
I if you ask me 3 or 4 years back, I
Hmm.
didn't know who is a technical program manager, but now I
Hmm.
really love my job. So that's how we keep on learning. Our
Hmm.
aspirations, our dreams, they change with time. So then again, have a leap of faith, trust in
Hmm.
yourself, really. But believe me, everything comes with hard work. There are no free lunches. So you have to work hard, dedicate yourself. Then money is something that is going to anyways follow. You have to just kickstart
Hmm.
your career in IT. And as you scale up to different positions, different companies, you're going to earn more and more. Yeah.
Understood. Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much, Puneet. And I personally enjoyed this particular session.
Same here.
And yeah, I hope you also enjoyed this amazing host. Right.
Absolutely, Amir.
Yeah.
Got a lot of
So
data points from you for,
yeah.
to learn. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next webinar again.
Okay, sure. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Thank
Yeah.
you,
Have
guys.
a nice day. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this particular session. Now I have a lot more to say, but still I know that you guys have a lot of question that chat GPT and everything. Guys, see, whoever has created this chat GPT, it requires maintenance. It requires regular updations. For that also, a human being is required. All right. So nobody's gonna kill anybody's job. Instead, people have to upgrade themselves into that technology level so that they can stay in the market. Otherwise, you will be like a Nokia. Okay, so moving ahead, so Q&A was done. So now let me tell you about the coding invaders, and also to all the people who is watching me right now. So just want to tell you that what coding invaders offers. So coding invaders have one-on-one personal mentorship, exclusive career packages, fast track job research, 100% job guarantee, convenient studying for adults. Not like, I mean, adults means all the working professionals and all the uh, students who don't have time. They have that they have that particular time constraint, so you can get this thing done for sure. So whenever you are free, you can just log in and study for yourself and get this thing done. So whatever the doubts and the questions you have, you can get it clear. Here's the screenshot of a coding invaders students. They are interacting with the mentors and having webinars, asking questions, taking the reality check where they're standing right now, and taking the best decisions. All right. So these are the things. These are the mentors. You can see the middle mentor. He is having good hairstyle. So right. All right. So you will have extra practical sessions with the top mentors. What I mean by the top mentors? Top mentors means the VP and a data analyst, and big giant designations. These people will be your one-on-one mentors, and the best part, it is one-on-one video calls. One-on-one video calls. So unlimited one-on-one video calls. So if you missed any class, you can do a video call and understand the gist of the classes and understand that where you missed and what you need to cover up. And that's the best part, I think. And my time, it was not there. All right. So there will be a 7 days access to the chat sections as well. There will be a live sessions as well. If you will miss it, you will get a recorded one as well. Group webinars are there. Everything is there. So no need to worry about that much. And study format is totally practical based, guys. All right. So you will be having an uh, a practical based and everything. So I can see still a lot of questions are coming in. So, guys, if you have some more questions, you can DM me on Instagram. My link is there in the chat section. All right. If you have a lot of questions, you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. No problem in that. I'm attaching my link of the Instagram. You can reach out to me. All right. So we have a group projects, exams, Q&A sessions, career webinars, and a lot more. All right. So everything is there. What I am trying to say is like all the resources are available. Okay. And everything is available. It's you if you are taking this decision or not. All right. So there's you don't need to worry about the multiple tools, or you don't need to, care about that this much you have to study, or you want to become a data scientist something. Just focus on four tools and get a first IT job, and rest you will do it. And trust me guys, you can join this course in a much lesser price, but I'm not just selling this course. I'll give you one honest answer. In my entire journey, I have seen one thing. I have seen average people are winning the game, but intelligent people are not winning the game. The only reason is consistency. So even if all the resources are available, even if I'm giving you a job guarantee agreement, still you will not win the game if you're not consistent enough. So trust me, guys. Any which way we are organizing this particular webinar to support our courses for sure. I am sure that you must have liked this particular session. I'm sure you must have got the idea. Apart from that, we are genuinely doing so good, and just wanted to make you aware. And we have got an expertise in the data analyst profession, where we have seen that we are able to deliver those skill set which is actually the need of the market, and that's why we have 93% of placement rate. And it is getting possible if we are giving 1.5 hours on a daily basis. But practically everybody is scrolling Instagram for more than 2.5 hours on a daily basis. So if you will give 1.5 hours on a daily basis to your career, you can kickstart your career with great packages. All right, guys. So what are you waiting for? I can offer you a free counseling call. Again, I'm not selling you anything. Have a free counseling call. Talk to them. Tell about your background. Get the agreement. Read the agreement. See that it is legit. Eat their head, and then decide. All right. So you have to do a lot of things. Okay. So I would request you that there's a link in the chat section. Go attend a free counseling call. All right. Once you'll attend the counseling call, you'll get pretty much clarity. All right. Because right now, whoever is watching me is eligible for this huge offer, and we have very few seats left. All right. So now we have the EMI programs as well. Instead of subscribing to Netflix, instead of subscribing to OTT platforms, instead of subscribing, or I will not say bad about the Pathan. Okay, instead of subscribing all these things, you can invest in the courses, in yourself, and deliver something big. Okay, so we have that no interest involved. You don't have to pay any interest, and we will pay interest for you. And you have a clear cool EMI, in 18 months you can pay, which is equal to what you casually just invest somewhere which is not necessary. So you can easily do it. And the best part is, this investment is safe and secure. Why? Because here you're learning. And if you're learning, you will not fail for sure. All right. So that's the best part about the coding invaders. And to all the people who wanted to reduce the cost and who have good friends, they can make the course cost zero. How? I remember there was one guy 2 months back. He was having, I guess, 12 friends, and he referred 12 friends, and his course cost becomes zero. How? So if you will refer to anybody, you both will get 5,000 rupees discount. All right. And if you refer to 10 people, then you will get 50,000 rupees as a cashback, and your 10 friends will get 5,000 rupee cashback. So which means that your network is your net worth. The more you will share, the more wise you will become. So this is a referral benefits, and this is another way, another hack to reduce the course cost. I'm sure you guys have liked this particular session. If you have any feedback, you can reach out to me. But yes, um, that if you want a free counseling call, you can register for a free counseling call. And thank you so much to all the beautiful people who are giving compliments to me and motivating me. I genuinely, it boosts me up. Thank you so much, Venkatesh. And thank you so much, Chandan. Thank you so much. Amanjot Kaur is saying, hello, sir. I messaged you many times. I'm so sorry. I don't know where you have messaged on Instagram. If on Instagram, okay. So I'll just check my message once again, because I don't leave any message on it for sure. If not, then you can fill the form once again, get a free counseling call, or I'll just check it personally for you. And all the people, Shivi, amazing voice. Thank you so much, Shivi. Prerna, and thanks, sir. Deep experience sharing with us. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this particular session, guys. If you have any feedback for me, okay, you can drop it over here. For sure, I will. It, you don't know, your simple compliment can boost somebody's confidence and make something big in his life. So I'm highly thankful that you joined this particular session, and all the people who wants a free counseling call and have a question to join about coding invaders, the link is in the chat section. Thank you so much. See you in the next webinar.